What's going on? Welcome back. This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Welcome back. We've got a very important session today. Welcome back. Welcome back. Shout out to every one of you that you keep coming back to this channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Do me a favor as you're coming in, hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you're sharing and you're subscribed. Today we're talking about hidden gems. First deal in 30 days, wholesale real estate. We come here, we talk about wholesale real estate. And welcome back. Shout out to you. What's going on, Raymond? Welcome back. All right, so today we have a very important news that I want us to dive in through. Before we get into that, quick house rules. Again, my name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. We talk about wholesale real estate. Okay, we talk about wholesale real estate. Wholesale real estate is the art and the science of finding deeply discounted properties by finding motivated sellers first. Okay, we get access to data, empirebigdata.com. We get access to data. We convert those data using a process called skip tracing to contacts, and then we execute marketing outreach to some of these people, and then we convert some of those contacts to leads. Leads means they have interest, okay, and in selling. We're not talking about negotiations yet. We're talking about, hey, they said, listen, we're open to an offer, and then you make an offer. Then you're able to negotiate that offer and convert that lead to a contract. Okay, those are 4 stages: data, contact, leads, and contract. If you can execute those 4 phases, then you can make a lot of money. Okay, that's what we're here. We're here to partner with you. We're here to do deals together. As a matter of fact, there's no deals that I've ever done that I didn't end up partnering with somebody. At least I partnered with an attorney, title agency, but a lot of times I partner with other wholesalers. Okay, precisely what we're talking about here, right? So that's what we come here to talk about. If you don't know how to take care of those 4 phases, there's a 5th phase, by the way, which is a 5th stage, which is deal disposition, closing on the deals, engaging end buyer, a person that will actually pay for the deal. So in essence, you don't have to have your own money. You don't have to have experience. You don't have to have credit, right? You just gotta have time and a desire to learn the skill set of what I just explained earlier. And you just have to be willing to be consistent. A couple of dollars here and there for training, for marketing, yes, it will cost you some money, but not anything nearly close to how much it takes to traditionally buy a house, invest in properties and stuff like that, and make. We're talking about you can make anywhere from $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 per deal, even up to $82,000 per deal, which is my limit. Okay, so if you're looking to learn how to do that, you just go to the homepage of this channel. Once we're done with this session, there's a free course up there, and also we have a free masterclass at realestatemoneysecrets.com that takes you into personal coaching with me if that's what you're interested in, and there are 3 free books that you can download from over there as well. But if you already know how to generate contracts and you're just looking for buyers, you're looking to connect with buyers and stuff like that, then you can partner with us and submit your deals to my empirepro.com/submit. So today let's talk about this news. I want to share with you something here. We're going to be very, very quick, straight to the point, and then we'll take it from there. If this is your first time back here in a long time, welcome back. Yes, we never left the business, but I kind of like took a break from the channel, but we're back on track right now. Okay, this is the 5th edition of this series that we're doing right now, so stick with me. We've got something to cover today. Let's see. Let me see. So this one's not gonna let me have access to this today. Is this what's going on here? These people are funny. Let me see. So I got something I wanted to share with you. I thought it would be a good opportunity to, it's pretty fresh, okay? It has to do with interest rates, okay? It has to do with interest rates. We're going to keep talking about interest rates because that's like the base driving force of the market, right? Now, it's more of a leading indicator. Sometimes it takes a while before you see this reflected on the marketplace. But I figure we should talk about it anyway, okay? All right, so we're back at Yahoo Finance today. Interest rates owed could add heat to real estate markets. Now, keep in mind, this is saying the Canadian press. Real estate affects markets all around the world, not just United States. Now, obviously, 300 million strong population just here in the United States, 100 million plus properties, right? So there's more than enough to, but we have to pay attention to what's going on around the world. Why? Because we are exposed. There's exposure, right? So let's talk about it. So we're going into Canada a little bit. It's essentially the same thing. They're affected, we're exposed to them, they're exposed to us, and you should pay attention to what's going on out there. Okay, always pay attention to what's going on out there, especially Canada, United Kingdom, UK, Australia. You need to pay attention. Okay, so if I were you, I'll just make sure I just take some time. I'm even set alerts on my phone to see if there's anything crazy going on. But let's see what this particular news is saying. Toronto mortgage experts expect the Bank of Canada's decision to hold its key interest rate to add heat to the country's real estate market. They say the second consecutive hold since rates started climbing in March 2022. So as rates are spiking over here, you can expect that they are feeling that heat over there as well. Well, I mean, they're next door, but again, not just next door. We're talking about even thousands of miles away. The Australia, the UKs, the Irelands, those places will feel the heat of what's going on right now. Now, I'm sharing this with you because I want you to brace up, because there's lots of opportunities will be coming to the marketplace, and you need to know how to play it. Okay. In March 22, it will likely give buyers and sellers more confidence to make a purchase soon, right? That's a hold, all right? All right, so Victor's trend of mortgage rate comparison websites, rates.ca, says he thinks the overnight rate hold at 4.5% will send a strong signal to buyers and sellers that rates have hit their peak. Yeah, right. All right. So now this is Canadian dollars, that obviously that they are trying to control against, right? But again, yeah, right. Okay, we're all exposed, which would prompt more sales, right? So now the truth is that the regular consumers like you and I, regular people, yes, they might, if there's enough demand, right? They'll make a move. If it looks like, oh, okay, it's not going any further, it will create an emotion that will run through the marketplace and make them feel like, okay, maybe we could get a little greedy, right? So maybe it's not a bad idea. At the end of the day, again, these are the levers that are controlling the marketplace. Okay. 𝗗𝘃 of rival rates comparison sites lowest-rates.ca foresees the housing market heating up in densely populated regions such as Vancouver and the greater Toronto area, which is more or less the United States, if you know what I mean. More or less the United States. Okay. So, hey, I just wanted you to pay attention to what's going on even across the borders. They are also feeling the heat. The speculations, there is, little things like this will continue to affect the marketplace. All right. Now, I wanted to show you this. Okay. Top forecasters. This literally was released. This is a news press from literally less than 30 minutes ago. Top forecasters are divided on the housing market outlook for 2023. We've been talking about that lately, right? What does that mean to you and I? There's going to be some volatility, right? Volatility is money exchanging hands, money moving back and forth. It won't show us a consistent trend over, obviously in a short period of time. You're going to see a lot of movement. That's good news for you and I. That means money is exchanging hands. Okay, the goal is that some of that money should end up in your hands. Okay, top forecasters are dividing. Okay, Zillow economists expect home prices to rise over the next year, while those at Moody's see the opposite. Now, we're not too concerned about either a rise or a fall. We just want some kind of movement. Okay, as a wholesaler, you just want some kind of movement. Okay, here's how top real estate forecasters expect home prices to change this year. Okay, so let's take a look. The housing market has sent mixed signals. What did I say? Ups and downs. Mixed signals. Emotions all over the place. The markets, greed, fear everywhere, all over the place. We don't know in any what particular direction yet. Okay. All right. So if they're on the edge of their seat, you need to pay attention. And that's left the real estate forecasters torn on what comes next for home prices. In fact, home prices are falling and rising concurrently. See, ups and downs. People would ask me oftentimes, they say, "Oh, so what's the market looking like?" The market's good. There's a lot of movement. You want me to tell you, right? So is it going up? Is it going down? Good question. Good question, right? The market is in panic mode. Okay? They're not sure what direction is going to go in the short term. In the long term, the story is consistent. Real estate will continue to go up and up and up because there's still serious demand in the marketplace for housing, particularly residential, right? Depending on where you look, with declines in the west, right? Decline in the west, gains in the south and in the east. Where the housing market goes from here largely depends on the Fed's trajectory on interest rates. So the interest rate again is affecting things. The market is all over the place because the government can't decide, right? They're spiking rates right now because they have to compensate for all those money that they printed, all that free money. Oh yeah, somebody has to pay for it, right? The answer here is that it doesn't have to be you. If you know how to make your moves in this marketplace, it doesn't have to be you. Which do you believe high interest rates affect more, renters or homeowners? That's a good question. That's a good question. Let me come back to that question. Let me just finish with a train of thoughts on here with this, right? Let's see. So where the housing market goes from here largely depends on the Fed's trajectory on interest rates, which influence mortgage rates. Okay, it influences mortgage rates. Just keep in mind with this particular phrase right here. We'll come back to that question in a second. Last month's financial turmoil that began with Silicon Valley, has led analysts to forecast that a pause or cut in rate hikes, okay, or cut in rate hikes could be looming. Here's how top firms expect home prices to move in 2023. All right, Zillow home prices will rise. Okay, based on the Zillow Home Value Index, analysts forecast that home prices will increase 0.5% from January 2023 to like 1 year, right? So we already consumed about 1/4 of that. Skylar Olson, Zillow's chief economist, told Insider at a reporters roundtable last week that the lack of inventory makes it difficult to anticipate price declines. Okay, less and less people want to sell right now because number one, the spike in interest rate doesn't make it attractive to move to another home, right? So there's going to be less inventory. Now, are they building enough houses to compensate for that low inventory? That's the question you want to be asking yourself, right? Are there more people in the marketplace looking for houses to buy? right? Are there more demand for housing since people are anticipating increased in interest rate? An increase in interest when you say, hey, I want to buy right now before it gets to 7%, right? Is that making people panic and run into the marketplace to look for houses? Now, is there enough houses on the inventory to compensate for that? If there's less houses, they are absolutely right. That will increase prices, home prices, okay? But again, how fast? What's the velocity? How fast is the interest rate increasing? Remember that Canadian news I just covered? If they're halting it and they're putting a hold on it and they're stalling, then the market will get a little bit comfortable and say, you know what? Maybe I don't have to rush, right? So, to what extent is the question? Now, and a quote, we can't promise that home prices will continue to fall because the inventory is not there. If there's more inventory, prices will decline, right? It's not there to allow that to happen. She said, I really don't know where the inventory comes from to help prices come down. Okay, because again, more people are, especially the new homeowners in the last few years, in the last 3-4 years, if they've locked in some good interest rate, the last thing they want to do is trade off that interest rate for a higher interest rate, right? So CoreLogic says home prices will rise. Okay, so that's a second body agency that's saying home prices will rise after 7 consecutive months of declines. Okay, so that kind of dampens that. Okay, the CoreLogic Home Price Index showed a 0.8% sequential rise in February, and the firm's chief economist said last week that pent-up home buyer demand alongside declining rates has pushed Americans back. Okay, so think about this. Last week, that pent-up home buyer demand, okay? Home buyer demand alongside declining rates has pushed. Why are they declining rates? The bank that crashed, right? But again, all of those kind of moves are short-term in nature, right? So we don't know. By February 2024, a little bit less than a year from now, CoreLogic expects home prices to increase year over year by 3.7%. Okay. Now let's look at Moody's Analytics. Home prices will fall. Okay, so we have an agency countering that. The firm's economists expect home prices as measured by Moody's Analytics repeat sales house price index to fall 4.2% between December 2022, that's a few months ago. Likely increases in unemployment, the recession that's coming, right? Like if people can afford it, they can afford it. And a US recession later this year would additionally pressure sales and prices. In what direction? This says it will fall. Analysts, because if there's no demand, it doesn't matter how long you're holding on to your house. If there's no demand, a sizable amount of the market will be desperate to want to sell for an array of reasons. They just want to sell. They need to sell. They're making a move, foreclosure, loss of their jobs, right? Who knows, right? Either way, if you're a wholesaler, you just have to pay attention. It doesn't really affect you long term. You get to, as long as there's people moving in and out, and the market is jumping up and down, you will make money. Okay, we need money moving hands. Okay, that's all that matters. That means there are investors in the marketplace buying. Okay. Likely increases in unemployment. Okay, we already talked about that. Let's take a look at National Association of Realtors. Home prices will rise. So all these people, do you see a commonality here? This is National Association of Realtors, right? They have vested interest in more people coming into the marketplace to buy right now. CoreLogic, who are they, right? CoreLogic Home, right? Price index looks like they have vested interest in selling. Zillow, of course, they want more people coming into the marketplace to buy. Okay, and what is National Association of Realtors saying? Of course, the price. So now I'm questioning their motives, right? Why are they predicting that market will continue to rise? Realtors generally needs, higher price, because the higher the price of a house, the more money they make, because they make money by way of percentage, right? Anyway. And if the market, if there's no buyers coming, if there's no traditional buyers coming into the marketplace, they got problems, right? In a report published in March, the NAR forecasted that existing home prices will see a 1.3% climb by the first quarter of 2024, and new home prices will see 2.6% increase for the same period. Nadia, senior economist and director of forecasting at the NAR, told Insider last month that the banking crisis would lead to mortgage rates falling faster than expected, which could ultimately lead to more buyers. Okay. All right. So, what does this tell us today? What can we infer from all of this right now? What can we get from this, right? What can we get this? Which do you believe high interest rates affects more, renters? Well, the easiest answer for that is that it affects everyone. The other side of your question that you're not really asking is like in how long, right? In the short term, it affects homeowners, particularly people trying to buy houses, right? In the long run, it affects everyone. Okay, it affects everyone in the long run. It affects everybody, right? So, in terms of renters, not in the short term, because it takes a while before it's a lagging indicator, right? But for anybody looking to come in, home buyers, particularly not homeowners, if people are homeowners already, they're locked in the rate, they're locked in for 30 years. Now, if they need to refinance, that becomes another conversation entirely, right? But in the short term, either people looking to refinance or people looking to buy, it affects them. In the long term, it affects everyone, right? So that's the answer to your question, Raymond. Okay, but again, that's what's going on in the marketplace right now. I just wanted to bring you up to speed with what's going on in the market. There's a lot of speculations. Okay, it's a lot of speculation, but again, like I said, this moody people, they seem more like what I would pay attention to. This one right here, Moody Analytics, home prices will fall, right? It's only one as compared to three other agencies saying it will rise, but that one, because there's no direct vested interest, no short-term vested interest in trying to stimulate people to come into the marketplace, I'm like, I gotta pay attention to that, right? They're saying it will fall 4.2%. What's their reason? Likely increases in unemployment. Unemployment will is a lagging indicator for more pre-foreclosures in the marketplace. Okay, pre-foreclosures. All right, so investors, especially the type of investors we have in the market right now, as compared to 2005, there's hedge fund buyers in the marketplace. People looking to buy just to hold on to it until the market corrects and goes in the other direction. Okay, so if we have those kind of people in the marketplace, then that means they're willing to sit on a house long term. But those same people are affected by the fate of the regional banks. Is the government gonna, the Feds, are they gonna keep coming back to save everybody for as long as they collapse? Yeah, that can only last for so long, right? And don't forget that all this money that was printed has to be paid for somehow, some way, So, but if you're a wholesaler, it doesn't matter, The only thing you should pay attention to is that the comparables, when the market is in crisis, if it does happen, if the U.S. ends up in a visible recession that everybody is panicking everywhere, your comparables needs to be 3 months and better. You need to be, the comparables that you're using to make offer on properties needs to be as close as possible to the time of the offer. Okay, you can't go back. You can't go out 1 year comparables. You can't do that. Because if you do that, your investors will not like the numbers you come up with. You might have to go back to the table and have to renegotiate from time to time. And the more you do that, the more you kill your credibility as a wholesaler. You want to be able to pay attention to the marketplace and make proper offers so that you don't kill your credibility on both ends. You kill your credibility with the person you're making offers to, because they're like, this one is wasting time, and reputations travel very fast, right? They're like, no, don't work with that guy, Or you have your investors saying, his deals are bad. Like, no, we don't want his deals. He's always overpricing, and you will end up having to overprice if you're locking in deals that are too high, right? So just pay attention. So right now, I would already start paying attention to only 3-month-old comparables only. Okay, I would extend out to 6 months a little bit just to feel on the market, right? But 3 months, I would preferably say 3 months comparables, right? So yes, so that's what I'm thinking. That's how my brain is processing all of this right now, and I want to keep sharing that with you. Okay. All right. So thank you, Raymond. I'm glad I was able to help with that. Now here's the thing. Again, I want all your deals. Okay. If you have good deals, you lock in properties on contract, and you don't know what to do with them, tell your friends, tell your homies, and we're buying deals. Okay. Let me know. Upload them to myempirepro.com/submit. Okay. Let's get you as much money as we can get you, so you can keep marketing and keep coming up with more deals. Volume. Okay. Let's get those deals moving hands. Okay. And there's gonna be potentially increased demand for housing, and if we're locking in good deals, then you and I will continue to eat, right? Now, if you don't know how to get through phase 1 through 4, from data to contracts, then you want to make sure you go to the masterclass, realestatemoneysecrets.com. Download the books for free to teach you exactly what to do. And by the way, we have a free course on the homepage of this channel. Take advantage of it. I try to link it so that this video goes right into it as well, but that's only if you're watching a rebroadcast later on. Okay, so hopefully that was enlightening in there. That was educational. Hopefully that was helpful. I hope you've been enlightened today and educated. I will see you on the next one, and peace.